Get back. All right, come on. Don't open it. Don't open it. Dump that shit. Figure it out. Dump that shit. Come on. Figure it out. Make it easy. Technique. Use your legs. Use your body. Technique. Either you gonna lift or you gonna leave it alone. You gonna lift or leave it alone. Watch it. Ah, you gonna fuck up your back. You gonna fuck up your back. Watch out. You playing games. Watch out. Legs, man. Technique legs. Yeah. All fucking legs, dog. All legs. In the air. Come on, man. Defense, man. You fucking left.
Everybody got that kind of coworker at work. So funny thing about this to me is I did this type of job before. And it was I was probably like 18 years old. And I had just got out of jail, whatever, drug charges, blah blah blah. And they was hiring waste management. And I had my first and I didn't know, but my first day on that job, I wore Timberland boots. I'm hanging from the back of that truck. Oh my goodness, it is dangerous. And it is when I say I was sore and hurt, like you got to be in shape to do this job, or you will eventually be in shape, right? Because it is not for the weak, right? And you ever heard of runner's high? Like when you ride your bike, like or you running and you just get this boost of adrenaline because your body likes it, right? And after a while, you kind of get the same thing when you're doing this. And the brother who's seemed like the lead man in his video, he's displaying that. And you hear the experience coming out, how to lift heavy stuff. He see the brother looking in the can. In all fairness, you don't know what's in that can. Everybody don't follow the rules when it comes to certain stuff. You only could dump or whatever, right? And a lot of times when you do that type of job, when it's stuff that you ain't supposed to have in the trash can, you'll leave an envelope with some money in there, buy the guys lunch to get them to dump your stuff, right? You know, one of the slickest things I thought was being able to work the hopper, right? Crush the trash and pull it up into the back part where storage couldn't keep the garbage compressed and stored. Um, it's a dangerous job as well. You could fall off the back of the truck. You could fall into that hopper. It's a lot of hazards. And as you can see with the one brother in this video, he's obviously exhausted. Two is though the one guy, you know, he in shape. Boom boom, you playing with it, move. You gonna lift it or you ain't. And, a lot of times you know, everybody in every truck you don't see guys moving like that. In some cases, you'll see more than two guys working the back. They hit an alley, and you know you might see three or four guys. Boom, boom, boom. Two guys are ride on the back. Two guys are ride. It depends on how big the truck is. Some of the trucks big, they got a back seat. Especially they got long routes, and you gotta remember too. Keep this in mind. You know your trash might get dumped on. Your trash may get picked up on Tuesdays, right? But it's people trash getting picked up every day, right? So these guys got different routes every day, and sometimes these guys finish early. They may get asked to go on another route and help another route. This is a physical job, and two as though it could be stinky shit. Imagine doing that and you can't smell it no more. Imagine doing this in the springtime, right? They have spring cleanups. And where I was at was in another state other than Maryland. I was in Pennsylvania. They had spring cleanup. People throwing all kinds of stuff out there away. You know what I mean? And you might hit the incinerator. The incinerator is where the trucks go to dump the trash. And you might and go back out on a run when the truck is full. You might hit the incinerator twice. So yeah, shout out to the waste management guys. The guys that these guys are play a vital role when it comes to keeping things clean, getting rid of our waste. It's the whole process. If you didn't know, right? Because I worked at an incinerator as well as a light equipment operator. I was blessed to have different experiences, have different jobs and stuff like that, right? I ran a Bobcat, and my job was when trucks like that came, and not just regular trash trucks. It was like Walmart. Walmart was the good truck, 'cause like Walmart come dump a giant load, and it'd be TVs, it'd be goodies in there. We wasn't really allowed to take the stuff. It was dangerous. You couldn't um play on the tipping floor of the incinerator. So basically, in other words, trucks come in the bay, dump all their trash. There's a pit. You look down. It's like 150-foot pit, and we would push the trash in the pit, right? But before that, what happened? Depending on what load it was, guy in the front end loader knocked the load apart. We would take the metal. Here I come in the Bobcat with my music blaring, paying attention to everything, grab metal, shake it, and put it in the metal pile, right? All right, so then the trash would get pushed in the pit. A big claw come down, pick it up, put it on the conveyor, and it'll get burnt. Smoke go through a whole situation where it comes out clean and is not really hurting the environment. They boil and while they burning the trash, they boil water and create steam, and that steam spins a turbine and create electricity, and they sell the electricity. The ash come out in the ash building. They take the ash, put it in the truck, they sell the ashes. You'll see the ash later on in like your blacktop in the street. So it's a whole big recycling thing. And sometimes in the ash building, some stuff that metal that may have got missed make its way through the whole thing. But yeah, it's a whole waste disposal is a whole big thing that nobody thinks about. All you think about is when you go put shit in the trash can and it's just gone. It's a whole thing when it comes to it. Then you got the landfill element of it. I've been to the landfill a handful of times, not when I was working on the back of a trash truck, right? But they bury the trash. And then it's a way that they vent the gases from the waste decomposing out of the ground. So that's why if you don't recycle, if you can, like now, once upon a time in the city, at least Baltimore, you had recycling was a thing optional, right? People didn't always recycle whatever it is, do everything in the trash. And I'm glad I'm seeing people really taking recycling seriously. And got another funny story. I worked at a recycling place, and they come in banned and boxed, and you got to sort through the different type of stuff, plastics, cardboard, and stuff like that. But the key thing is that the stuff get reused. Cans, it all get reused, repurposed, and a lot of the stuff that you're using today may be a result of recycling. So yeah, man. Maybe the lights in here are from a turbine that got spent from some trash that burnt. So the circle of life, man, innovation, and at some point you got to remember we are on this planet, right? When all the stuff gone here that we use is it's over. So like I don't know, this is pretty cool. Back to the whole point. This is a hard job. And shout out to this brother. I'm on his page, and on the fitness element of it, it is motivating. This guy be great at anything physical. It's one thing to be strong, it's another thing to have cardio. This is a lot of cardio. This you got an 8-hour job, right? Imagine your 8-hour job. You're doing this. Think about city blocks, alleys of trash, hours lifting up cans. And this look like kind of old trash can, or old trash truck or whatever, right? A lot of them now got the one, got the arm, pick it up, dump the trash for you, pick it up, dump the trash for you, right? But a lot of different, depending on where you live, trash is handled differently. In some places, you got to pay private trash companies, like probably this company here. Looking at the truck, I could be wrong, because they don't have the little lift on there. But when I worked on the trash truck, it was the same type of style. But you gotta pay. But anyway, it is a strenuous job. Shout out to them. And shout out to the energy in this video. And that dude look like he needs some water, the other guy, man. And thanks for watching.